Now that we grown, it's like when we have a voice, it comes out as disrespectful to our elders, but we've been silent for so long. What's up, y'all? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is B Octavia. I'm 23 years old, and I'm from Washington, D.C. Today's video is going to be pretty mellow, you know what I'm saying? Good vibes only. We getting through the week the best way we know how. And that's strong, you know. It's always going to be strong from start to finish, from the beginning to the end, all that. So in today's video, I wanted to speak more in depth about a topic that I've recently spoke on, and it has to do with the youth versus the elders, and I want to talk about accountability. Now, I seen a clip of the Iyanla episode where Luenell, which she is a comedian who has been very open to Vlad about her past, and she was addicted to drugs in her 20s, specifically crack cocaine, you know, or cocaine, whatever you want to call it. But you know, sometimes it starts as cocaine and then it goes to crack, whatever. So she also talked about briefly how that time affected her child and how that affected their relationship, but it goes more in depth, and that I can tell you from my own experience. After seeing the clip of Luenell and her daughter speaking to Iyanla, I really felt compelled to speak on this because I feel like I've had a lot of those same struggles growing up, and even now more so, because it's different once you are grown and you really see the problems and see what should have been fixed a long time ago or should have just been said. You know, it can be as simple as the parents who have let us down, or you know, have made us feel a certain way. It can be as simple as saying I'm sorry, and that shows that you are at least halfway accountable. Because with me, you're going to have to really go in depth about what you saying I'm sorry for, you know. And that's just how I am and how I was raised to do it. You're going to have to give an explanation. But that's the thing about, you know, growing up in this time and having parents that was, you know, around in the 60s and 70s, 80s, whatever. I feel like the hugest hurdle is accountability. The hugest hurdle is saying where both parties go wrong, you know, because as we get older, it gets different, because when we was kids, we felt like we couldn't say nothing. We felt like we didn't have a say, and we didn't have no control on what happened. So now that we grown, it's like when we have a voice, it comes out as disrespectful to our elders, but we've been silent for so long. And that's something that I feel like Luenell doesn't see, you know. And I say that because she went through the experience and then got on Instagram Live maybe a day later or something and said that she hopes that the show doesn't try to vilify her, you know, basically make her look like a villain. But my thing is, the only person that can really do that is you. You know, I'm tired of people going on shows and stuff, going, you know, on different outlets such as reality TV or some type of counseling show, and then say that the show is trying to make them look a certain way. Maybe you just don't want to see it about yourself. Like, it takes a certain type of person to not only, you know, criticize others, but you got to criticize yourself. You can't throw rocks and hide your hands. You can't throw stones at a glass house when you can see your reflection. It just doesn't make sense. So for her to go through the experience and get tools from Iyanla and then go back to your platform and say this and say that about it, I really don't think that she learned anything. And that's my thing about, the generation before us, like way before us. It's cool if you don't want to change in a sense where it don't affect nobody, but if you can change certain things about yourself or certain ways that you view things, your relationship with your daughter would be a lot better. And that I can promise you, because I'm in the same boat. I feel like my elders don't see what they did and how it really affected me growing up. I feel like we have two different perspectives on how it was, and maybe I do need to think more of the positive, but it wasn't much positive. And I think of a lot of the characteristics that I have now, and there is a lot positive, but there still is a lot of anger and frustration that I have to deal with desperately, because it comes out in a really, really bad way. So my thing is, I just really want our elders of 2020 to be more accountable. Like, you can't teach us to hold people accountable and hold ourselves accountable if y'all not holding yourselves accountable. And us being honest about that is not disrespectful. It's the truth of what we really need. We telling you as the youth what we need. We telling you. And if you can't do that, then say you can't do that. But I'm going to put a little bit of the live up here, because I want y'all to hear what she said.
I have a feeling that she's going to vilify, it's going to be cut, edited, and made to vilify me. But the only reason that I responded to the request, which I'll go into more on my YouTube show, to come on, is because my daughter and I do have problems, like a lot of mothers and daughters do. I am not the only problem. She is part of the problem as well.
My thing is this. She said something along the lines of, it was all about my actions, and she wasn't talking about what my daughter does in the relationship or what she does wrong. My thing is this. What we're talking about first is the childhood. That's where we have to start. We can't start at when she's 20, 21, 22, or even 17, 18, 19. We can't start there. You have to start at what happened when she was a shorty. You got to be honest about that. And you let her down a lot. That's just the facts of it all. And if you don't want to see it as that, then you won't ever have a good relationship, a healthy relationship with your daughter. And she'll feel like you can't be honest. And she can't be honest with you. I go through a lot of the same struggles that Luenell's daughter goes through with my own parents. So I know how that shit feels. It's a lack of accountability. I can say where I went wrong. And I can say if this line of what I said was disrespectful or this line was disrespectful, but you can't. And it's all because you're a parent. My thing is, it's a thin line between being a parent and laying down that type of law and giving respect. You can always give respect while laying down that type of law. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thin line between that. And you can't just think that everything that you're saying is coming from a parental view. It's coming from disrespect. So how am I supposed to respond to that if, number one, you've never responded like that, and number two, you wouldn't expect anybody else to respond like that. Respect your elders, respect your children. Seriously, I mean that shit. Respect your children. Because at the end of the day, this is what it is. And this is how I think of it. You gotta at least have a good enough relationship with your kids, because number one, you're gonna get older. You know what I'm saying? And who are you gonna have to take care of you? Some kids can really put that aside. Some kids can put aside years and years of disrespect, years and years of inconsideration. I don't think that I can do that. You know, and provide you with what you need at an age when I wasn't provided with that. I don't think that that's fair to any child, you know, to any child that is a grown adult now. The responsibility shouldn't be on me if the responsibility has always been on me to take care of me. I hope that Luenell and her daughter can have a healthy relationship one day, but it might not happen, you know, right now. And it's a lot going on, COVID and everything like this. So either Luenell can see it a different way. I hope that she can. And I hope that her followers can say something from the live. They was agreeing and shit, you know. And it's like, well, you won't have a relationship with her then. And come to terms with that. Come to terms with that, because you signed up for Iyanla. You was open to it. You came. So I just don't understand that. And then you turn around and you're not grateful for the experience? That's not what you're going to tell your viewers? Anyways, I hope that all parents in this time who have grown children will really cherish those relationships. Cherish them. Check on your kids if they, you know, out of your house and everything like that. And make the relationships better that's not. Because if you don't, your child will always feel like they don't need you anymore. And then when you need your child, it won't be what you will expect. It's your girl, B. Octavia. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Leave your feedback in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.